So LeBron James is kind of the poster child for the explosion of the 24/7 news cycle and social media because the guy's been talked about every single day for basically decades, with over a decade plus. Right when he went to Miami and the decision happened, it coincided with what I'm talking about. And if you remember that, not one, not two, not three, not four, I think that was meant for a Miami Heat crowd, but it went everywhere. And like that was one of the first times I realized anything that is done anywhere can wind up everywhere. And that's been the case with LeBron James since, where he's been a daily talking point, um, you know, all over the place. Skip Bayless, held, me, all sorts of folks talking about LeBron James every single day in various ways. And one of those topics was whether he had the killer instinct, right? Like, did he fall short of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan because he would pass the ball down the stretch of games? And when a teammate missed, it would be the weakness of LeBron James. Now, I'm not saying LeBron is perfect by any means, and I do think he's a bit of a drama queen or king, if you will. But on the basketball court, his resume is unassailable, and you're just being a complete hater if you say otherwise. And he is a great example of somebody who has reached the level that he has, the all-time leading scorer and all these other things in the GOAT debate, all these things. And he does indeed give the ball up down the stretch, even at the cost of his individual accolades. Because LeBron last night, going into the game against the Raptors, he had 1,297 consecutive double-digit regular season scoring efforts. That is a staggering total, right? But it was in danger, and it eventually ended in that game. He only, he's what is LeBron? How old is he now? He's in his 22nd season, 40 years old, about to be 41 years old. And down the stretch of the game, when he only needs 2 points to keep that double-digit streak going, he has the basketball. LeBron has the basketball. And here's what happens on the play. LeBron with the ball, and you see the play that he winds up making. Swings it to Hachimura, bucket. I mean, I've seen that play so many different times before. The exact same thing. This is the thing he's been criticized for. But finds the open man, wins the game. Lakers celebrate. LeBron holds his arms in the air. You can see him there in the background celebrating, not worried about his individual streak in that moment. And LeBron was asked about that after the game, regarding the individual streak, and here's part of what he had to say.
Basketball gods there in those final seconds, streak and all that, but you got a better pass. Rui's open in the corner. He ends up hitting the shot. Can you just take us through that sequence and how it results?
Just playing the game the right way. You always make the right play. That's just been my MO. That's how I was taught the game. I've done that my whole career. There's not even 1 second guessing that. Once they doubled AR and the ball got swung to me, I know it's a numbers game. We got a 4-on-3 advantage, and I was just trying to put the ball on time, on target, and right in Rui's socket, in his shot pocket, and he knocked it down.
So there you have it, right? Like, simple as that. And you can also see the way he sees the game just in that clip right there, the way he's talking about it. Because I remember watching LeBron when he was in high school, and all the hype around him. Everybody's like, "This is the greatest prospect ever," and blah 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 blah. And I remember thinking, like, I had my cynical cap on. I was in college at the time, and I was like, I'm going to go watch and pick apart his game. And the immediate things you saw were this guy was physically different, right? Like, as physically gifted as a human being can be. And you also saw, immediately he was a basketball genius. So I couldn't pick apart his game anymore, because you put those two things together. The only thing that matters after that is work ethic. If the work ethic is there, there's no way, he doesn't go on to be an all-time great player at worst. And in my opinion, he's the greatest player of all time. So you've seen what LeBron has been able to do. But I think late in his career, and that being validated, that moment being validated when he was criticized for it so often earlier in his career, is kind of cool to see. And this is what Rui Hachimura, who hit the shot, had to say about getting the ball and how that all unfolded.
That was crazy. I never had a game winner, but yeah, Braun got there. He told me that right before this. He said, "I got you." So it's gonna come to you.
So LeBron obviously knew how the defense was going to play that situation and how the play was going to unfold. So anybody who has said in the past that he lacks the killer instinct, well, that can come in different ways because he's got basketball instincts and they won the game, even if his winning streak or his double digit streak, sorry, didn't continue.